to achieve the change we need resides in the people of Jamaica. The people have the power to make the change.
We know that there is a generation of Jamaicans who were not born in the 1970s. And they have no clue as to how the other party destroyed.
Moses listened, Moses heard, and Moses treated the matter with the respect it deserves. How different from what we see today in leadership, in state and in church. Whether church or society, our leaders are too big to listen to your little petty demand. We don't have any time to hear you. You're not important enough. But time come for us to rid ourselves of the arrogance. It is time for us to rid ourselves of the arrogance exercised by the gatekeepers and the enforcers who have beaten the word of God into weapons of injustice, weapons of inequity, and weapons of gross iniquities. Some of us, and many of you, can attest to the arrogance that you have experienced at the hands and the pen strokes and the taps of leaders and those in positions of power who determine your future by denying you your rights in the present.
Bless up my people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And in this one, people, we're seeing Howard Mitchell encouraging young people to basically choose wisely. And he spoke out, my people, at the student leaders at the second annual Leadership and Values Conversation Summit hosted by Teach and the PSOJ. He wants young people to actively participate in the democratic process and exercise their duty to choose leaders who will accurately represent them and their ideas. And he quoted, "Do not back away from your responsibility to select who leads and to influence what they stand for. You fail in this regard at your own peril and the peril of those who come after you." Both leaders and followers, if they are going to be sustainable, if they are going to be operating within a sustainable organization, must be guided by a set of principles, a set of beliefs, a set of standards that provide reliable and predictable lanes, channels within which the group and the leader have their way. An absence of this results in lack of progress. A good leader puts people first by recognizing the humanity of all of his or her followers, not just a select group or a particular set wearing a particular color or being a particular culture. And my people, we can see what he's trying to say right here, so my people. So we're urging the young people, just like how he spoke out, my people, to go out and exercise on a constitutional right and choose wisely. Choose for policies, choose for qualities, good governance, leaders who put the people first and not just a handful. And we know who that is, my people. He went on to add that successful leadership must work to amalgamate different views in consensus, or else energy and productivity is wasted. The isolation and differential treatment of the basic rights of some humans among a group of others sows the seeds of division and destruction. A leader is someone who practices tactical empathy, prioritizes trust, and is able to recognize changes in trends and pivot to incorporate them in their value system, or to ruthlessly divert and modify them if they are destructive to the common good of sustainability of the good. A successful leader is also authentic, someone who is genuine and credible. We have so many examples among us of leaders who will tell you anything in order to get to lead you. because the power of leadership on people is a strong drink. It goes directly to the head. It is addictive and it makes us want more and more every day and to do anything to keep it. And I just have to add, my people, it is appalling to see that the Prime Minister, because the Integrity Commission surrounds him and the allegation of illicit enrichment, right? An uncertified statutory declaration for how many years? And to see him standing up, my people, going to the courts to bring the Integrity Commission, the watchdog body, to strike out illicit enrichment, only because him, along with 7 other members of the parliament, are under investigation for illicit enrichment. Do we really want a leader like this to continue, my people, who, when you look, is just a handful of people around them, basically achieving this prosperity that they speak of so highly? Friends and families, cronies, nepotism, right through and through. Do we really want to continue with a leader like that? But people, it is very important this upcoming general election. You have to go out there, make sure you get on the voters list. Go out there and exercise on the right to vote. I am not going to tell you who to vote for, right? Because as I say, when I just started this channel, I never, this whole side thing, I made it start out neutral. I'm a people, I know where I will make my mark. So you have to know that too.
We know that there is a generation of Jamaicans who were not born in the 1970s. And they have no clue as to how the other party destroyed Jamaica. They have no clue. There is a generation born in the 90s and the early 2000s. They have no clue as to how the 18 and a half years of the PNP destroyed Jamaica.
Interesting statement, Prime Minister. Let's look at some of the destruction you said the PNP caused, and let's see if Jamaica would be better off without it. The Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA 1990, committed to promoting the development of agriculture in Jamaica to enhance the national economy and improve the quality of life of rural farm families. That's gone. The Office of the Utilities Regulation, OUR, 1997, was established to regulate the operations of utility companies in Jamaica. That's gone too. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, 1998, revolutionized the public transport service within the Kingston Metropolitan Transport Region, Spanish Town, and Portmore. There goes a main part of Jamaica's transport system. But wait, what about Jamaica's first state-of-the-art transport hub for the corporate area, the Halfway Tree Transport Center, that opened in 2008? Are you seeing a trend here? The regulation of the telecoms industry. In 1999, there was only 5% mobile phone subscribers, totaling 120,000 people. This change broke the monopoly, brought new players to the market, introduced prepaid service, low prices for handsets, and by 2007, there was 100% penetration. That would be simply no more. The Highway 2000 was initialized to connect to Jamaica via a comprehensive highway system, upgrade Jamaica's infrastructure, provide economic opportunities for growth, and create jobs for the hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans that rely on these highways. Can you imagine life without them? The PATH program, 2001, allocated through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, the Program of Advance Through Health and Education PATH is a conditional cash transfer (CCT) program aimed at delivering benefits to the most needy and vulnerable in society. Say goodbye to that as well. The National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, 2001. That was created to promote sustainable development by ensuring protection of the environment and orderly development in Jamaica. Without it, our watersheds, mangroves, and areas like our cockpit country would all be without protection. That's gone too. The Emancipation Park, 2002. This lush 7-acre landscape was created to be a reminder of Jamaica's emancipation, freedom from bondage, and a reminder to excel, a green space in the city that, yep, you guessed it, you have to say goodbye to this beautiful oasis. The National Health Fund, 2003. This fund helps improve patient experiences, prescription services, and access to medicine in Jamaica, as well as inpatient and outpatient pharmacy services for the public health sector, infrastructure development, and much more. You guessed it, that would be gone as well. Without major upgrades to Sabina Park in 2005, the creation of the Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium, 2007, and work beginning on the Montego Bay Sports Complex, otherwise known as Catherine Hall, in 2000, we can say goodbye to the priceless ICC World Cup memories and the growth in Jamaica's sports tourism. Tourism Enhancement Fund, 2005. That was established to lead tourism innovation in the areas of infrastructural and sustainable projects, human capital development, and tourism linkages. Gone with the wind. While we're on the topic of tourism, say adios to all the fancy Spanish hotels that bring in so many of our tourists and provide jobs. Thanks to the Master Plan for Sustainable Tourism Development in 2002. And the Falmouth Cruise Shipping Pier that began development in 2009 and brought a record number of tourists to Jamaica. Say later to that as well. Let it not be forgotten that in those 18 years, education was a major priority. As a result, 64 schools were built and refurbished, including 70 new basic, primary and high schools in Western Jamaica between 2004 and 2005, as well as Greater Portmore High School in 1995, Ascot 1997 and Cumberland 2000. Disappear. Now I don't know about you, but it looks like the PNP spent 18 years laying a good foundation that Jamaica, including the current government, is benefiting from. By the way, if you're watching this using a community hotspot or broadband, you can thank the PNP and the establishment of the Universal Access Fund that later developed into the Universal Service Fund, which provides free community Wi-Fi and hotspots island-wide.
The General Secretary has said there are two Jamaicas, and he has expressed it vividly with examples. And it is true, it is a reality. But there is hope, because the power to achieve the change we need resides in the people of Jamaica. The people have the power to make the change. We also want to make the government accountable to the people of Jamaica in the parliament. That is why I brought the impeachment bill to Parliament. So then, when a politician violates the sacred trust of the people, he or she will be held accountable. We want to make the elected people more accountable to those they represent. We must introduce a recall mechanism for non-performing elected representatives, as other parties and countries have done around the world. And we must restore the convention where the committees of parliament are chaired by the opposition. That was an innovation started by the other party, by a previous prime minister, and continued by us when we were last in government. But in 2020, Andrew Holness changed course with it. Those committees are supposed to be a check and balance on the government. They cannot be effective if they are controlled by the government. When Andrew Holness reversed the convention after the 2020 election, it was a retrograde step. And I tell you, he never put it in his manifesto that he'd be doing that. People, a corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. I do not support corruption. Corruption takes money away from children's education. It deprives hospitals of basic necessities. It means that roads are not fixed. Corruption deepens inequality. It siphons off taxpayers' money to make a few cronies richer with the political connections instead of benefiting the people. I have said it before and I will tell you again. Jamaica cannot move forward without a government built on integrity that embraces principles of good governance in this country. That is what I believe in.
With all that being said, my people, please to share your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Like, share and subscribe to the channel if you're new. On the road to 30k, help me to get there, my people. Big up to the returning subscribers, big up to the new subscribers. Notification shout out goes to Una Vassal. Big up yourself, Una. Thanks for the continued support from each and every person on this channel. Also, before I go, my people, big presentation of the East Portland PNP candidate Isat Buchanan will be, aired today, my people, and I will be going live with some of it. So I want to tune in for that, my people, around 5-6 o'clock. Right, stay tuned. Stay tuned for more videos, stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself.